Subscribe and like and comment and share please.
The Enchanted Mask. On the northern edge of the old city of Valenrook stood a narrow street that most people avoided. Cobbled stones there were darker than elsewhere, as if soaked with centuries of rain and secrets. At the very end of that street, leaning slightly to the left like a tired old man, stood a shop with no name on its signboard, only a faded symbol of a face half smiling, half frowning. Few remembered when the shop had opened, fewer still remembered the last time it had closed. Inside lived Master Orrin, a mask maker whose hands trembled not with age, but with memory. His shop was filled from floor to ceiling with masks, wooden, clay, porcelain, leather, and materials no one could name. Some were joyful, some sorrowful, some terrifying, and some so lifelike that visitors felt watched even when no one else was there. Among all these masks, one was never displayed. It lay hidden in a locked chest beneath the floorboards, wrapped in black silk and sealed with runes that glowed faintly when the moon was full. This was the Enchanted Mask. The legend of the mask. Long before Valenrook had walls, before kings wore crowns, the mask was created by a sorcerer named Orrin. He believed that the world was governed not by fate, but by fate, by the roles people played and the lies they told themselves. To prove his belief, he poured magic into a single mask, forging it to reveal and reshape the true nature of whoever wore it. The mask did not simply disguise, it transformed. When worn, it granted the wearer abilities tied to their deepest desire. A coward might gain courage beyond reason. A weak man might gain strength. A liar might gain the power to bend truth itself. But the price was always the same. The mask slowly erased the wearer's original self, replacing it with the role they embraced. Those who wore it too long forgot their real face entirely. Orrin himself was the first victim. He wore the mask to become a god among men and vanished, leaving behind only whispers and the mask itself. For centuries, the mask passed from hand to hand, leaving behind ruined kingdoms, broken heroes, and forgotten graves, until at last it came into the possession of Master Orrin's ancestors, who swore to hide it forever. A curious stranger. On a rain-soaked evening, a young woman named Elara stepped into Orrin's shop. She was no noble, nor mage, nor thief, just a traveling scribe, collecting stories for bread and shelter. Her cloak was threadbare, her boots worn thin, but her eyes were sharp with curiosity. The moment she crossed the threshold, the mask seemed to lean closer. "Welcome," Orrin said, emerging from the shadows. "Few come here by choice. I follow stories," Elara replied. "And this place feels like one." Orrin studied her carefully. He had learned to read people without magic or fear, ambition, desperation all left marks clearer than ink. Elara carried none of those. Instead, she carried longing. She spent hours examining the masks, sketching them, asking questions. Orrin answered cautiously, omitting truths that were better left buried. Yet as the night deepened, the runes beneath the floor began to glow. The Enchanted Mask had sensed her. The choice. Elara noticed the change immediately. "What's beneath us?" she asked. Orrin stiffened. "Nothing for you." "Then why does it feel like something is calling?" she pressed. Orrin had waited decades for this moment, though he had prayed it would never come. The mask always chose its bearer. Resistance only delayed the inevitable. With a heavy sigh, he unlocked the floor and opened the chest. Even wrapped in silk, the mask radiated presence. It was smooth, dark silver, with hollow eyes and lips carved in a neutral expression, and not smiling, not frowning. It reflected Elara's face faintly, as if testing it. "What does it do?" she whispered. "It shows you who you truly are," Orrin said, "and then takes it away." Elara hesitated. She had lived her life recording the lives of others, never daring to step beyond ink and parchment. To be seen or to become something more was a temptation she had never admitted, even to herself. "I'll wear it," she said. Orrin tried to stop her. He failed. Transformation. The moment the mask touched Elara's face, the world changed. Sound sharpened, colors deepened. She felt as though a veil had been lifted from her soul. Images flooded her mind, stories untold, truths hidden, lies layered upon lies. She could see the roles people played as glowing threads woven around them. She tore the mask from her face, gasping, "What did I become?" she asked. "A seer of faces," Orrin said quietly. "You can see truth beneath performance, but the more you use it, the more you become nothing but an observer, detached, empty." Elara believed she could control it. Everyone did. She left Valenrook the next morning, the mask hidden in her satchel. Rise of the Masked Seer. Word spread quickly of a mysterious woman who exposed corrupt officials, unmasked false prophets, and revealed traitors hiding behind smiles. Kingdoms sought her counsel, rebels sought her vision, even kings feared her gaze. Each time she wore the mask, it became harder to remove. Her reflection without it began to look unfamiliar. Her laughter faded, food lost its taste, sleep brought no dreams, only memories that weren't entirely hers. The mask whispered softly now, urging her to wear it longer. "You are needed, you are truth, you are the mask." The cost. In the city of Leth, Elara was asked to judge a queen accused of treason. When Elara wore the mask, she saw not betrayal but fear. The queen had lied to protect her people from a greater threat. For the first time, Elara hesitated. The mask tightened painfully, as if punishing her doubt. "You must choose," it seemed to say, "truth or mercy." Elara ripped the mask away, screaming. Blood trickled from her nose. For the first time, she realized the truth Orrin had warned her of. The mask did not reveal truth, it defined it. Return to Valenrook. Desperate and fading, Elara returned to the mask maker's shop. Orrin was waiting, as though he had never moved. "It's taking me," she said. "I can feel myself disappearing." Orrin nodded. "Then you must do what none before you dared." "What?" "Destroy it." They both knew the cost. The mask could not be destroyed by fire or steel. It required a willing bearer to give up not just the mask but the power, the story, the identity it had given them. To destroy the mask, Elara would have to accept being ordinary again. The final wearing. One last time, Elara put on the enchanted mask. The world froze. She saw every life she had touched, every truth she had twisted, every moment the mask had fed her ego. She saw Ethrin, the sorcerer, lost within infinite reflections. She saw herself fading. With trembling hands, she spoke here not aloud, but in her heart. "I am not what I reveal, I am what I choose." The mask screamed. Cracks spread across its surface, light pouring out like shattered moonlight. When it finally broke, it turned to dust in Elara's hands. She collapsed. Aftermath. Elara survived, but something was gone forever. She could no longer see hidden truths or unspoken lies. She was just a woman again with flaws, doubts, and limits. Yet she smiled. She returned to writing, but this time she wrote not as an observer above the world, but as a part of it. Her stories carried humility, compassion, and understanding of things the mask had never allowed. Orrin sealed the chest and burned the shop a year later, ensuring no remnants of the magic remained. Epilogue. They say that on quiet nights, if you walk down the old street where the shop once stood, you might see your reflection briefly change in a broken window, smiling, frowning, watching. But there is no mask anymore, only the question at once asked. Who are you, when no one is watching?